Hey Jordan, this is Mrs. Skogland. Just wanted to give you a little bit of feedback on your summer assignment. And we're mostly going to talk about chapter 5 since that was the paragraph that you had starred, but I'll kind of reference some other things as we're talking as well. So the first thing that I looked for was a strong topic sentence, which ideally we want to answer the question that was provided and kind of preview what's going to come in the paragraph. I think you did a good job of kind of succinctly and concisely answering this question. So you talk about how, a business decision that was successful was they didn't put the facts, but they put the story. Next, I looked for your last sentence, which is your concluding sentence, and kind of similar, we want that to tie back to the question and kind of let the reader know that the paragraph is ending, tie everything together. Again, Jordan, I think you did a good job of having that sort of concluding section. The only reason I didn't give you a 10 is I would encourage you to not just summarize what's already been said, but maybe try to get to the significance or the importance of it a little bit more. So when you're talking about this product that was successful, why is that, why are stories important in the big picture of things too in in the 21st century? So maybe just try to do a little bit more there. Next, I looked at evidence. I thought you did a good job selecting your evidence. So I liked how you had a piece of evidence here that was the example of the story that, sold the wine. But then down here, you also provided what the brothers were going to do as a result of that, which, obviously the facts alone couldn't do. So I thought that was good. I do want you to work a little bit on your embedding or integrating of evidence, Jordan. So I'm going to read this one out loud to you. It says, one example of people using story instead of facts is, I quickly zeroed in on the 3 inexpensive reds. So do you see how your introduction to the quote and the quote, that doesn't really make sense as a sentence, right? So I would have almost rephrased it to something like, Daniel Pink was in a store and explains how he zeroed in on 3 inexpensive reds or something. So we just want it to flow together a little better. So that would be something you could definitely go back and revise. All right, next I looked at commentary. Thought you did a good job with commentary and not just summarizing your evidence, but actually tying back to the question. So I like how you said here, this basically was a persuasion method to get the customer to buy. And then down here you talk about facts can only tell you numbers, stories give you that connection, which is totally true. Again, the only reason I didn't give you a 10, just maybe expanding that commentary a little bit more and tying it very cleanly to the question, I think would help a little bit there. All right, finally, in-text citations look really good. Would just encourage you to spend a little time, Jordan, on your conventions and proofreading. So I noticed here you had a personal pronoun you, which is just a little bit too informal. We want to rephrase that to something like people, or just something a little more formal. Also, I noticed just a lot of long sentences, almost run-on kind of sentences. So I would just encourage you to really proofread and make sure that you're catching those and breaking those apart, okay? Our directed activities also looked really good. I enjoyed reading about this wax warmer that annoys you. Hopefully these guys take your input into consideration. So anyway, just wanted to give you a little feedback.